All right, so we're back and we got a lot of stuff. We have more gel coat, more resin, and we have this, the gold set. I'll show you what that is here in a second. I am continually amazed at how fast this area right here gets turned into a mess. All I do is one job at a time, but you would think that I do 5. Looks like I do. Anyway, back to the star of the show. This is a company called Eye Candy. This is a sample pack that you can buy. I think it was like $15–20, I can't remember, but you get 5 gram samples of what you order. Like I ordered the gold set because GT Performances did a gold on red that I really like the outcome, and I am trying to find the gold that I like. Yep, there it is, Kin Gold on red. I really like the effect that this Kin Gold had on that red. So what I'm going to try to do with it today is I'm going to take this Kin Gold. I'm going to, you know what, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to take this Kin Gold here with this flame red here, which is actually, interestingly enough, the 97 Camaro, the white one, has flame red seats in it. So, and actually that is, I think I painted that hood right there flame red, but I didn't clear it, so you know, it is what it is. But we're going to take this flame red, we're going to spray this bike frame with it, and then we're going to use a I don't have any intercoat clear, so I'm going to use clear coat, reduce it a little bit, then mix the gold into it, and then we will use that as an inner coat, and then take the gun, clean it out, and then put clear coat in it, and then clear coat the bike. But first we got to seal it so that it's all the same color. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on mixing the sealer now. And what I do have is a the mixture of what he did. He used 1 gram per 5 ounces. So I have 5 grams of this Kin Gold, and I got my little measuring thing here so I can know what actually what a gram is. He used 1 gram of this to 5 ounces of this, and I think 5 ounces of this almost feels like it's all I have. But we will measure them separately, one for the grand scale and the other one over here. Actually, I came all the way over here to say, yeah, we're going to measure it, but we're not going to weigh it. We're going to measure it in ounces we're going to do a rough estimate of ounces in this cup here, which you see is you got 4, 8, 12, whatever. We're going to go just between just above 4. We're going to go just above 4 ounces here of red, and 1 gram of this in the red. And I believe he did that measurement that way so that it comes out to whatever you would do. I just walked away from my book. Anyway, I think he did the math that way you know how many grams you would do in a gallon, for example. All right, so we got medium hardener and slow hardener, and because of the temperature that it is today, we will be using the slow hardener. So yeah, I have some clear right here, but not nearly enough to do that whole job. I could have swore I had another bottle of it somewhere. I'll be looking for it, and I'll see what I find here in a second. Okay, it may be time to invest in a new either camera or another GoPro because this one keeps acting up. But anyway, I didn't find what I thought I still had of clear coat because I had something like a bottle like this before, but I did find my gallon and my quart. Quart. So I have this, which I'll use these two first because this thing's probably full. I don't even think I used it. I can tell one way is I probably haven't used it. Let's see what we get inside. And yeah, she's never been touched. So we will save this one for if we need it for the actual clear coat versus making an inner coat. So got the slow hardener, got my clear coat, got my reducer, because it is a 4-to-1. Hold on. All right, I don't want to yell over disturb. So it is a 4-to-1-to-1. You know, 4 parts that, 1 part and 1 part. So we are going to first, though, before we get into these, get this stirred up, get it converted to a there's a word, and I said it earlier, and I don't. Nope, thought I had it, didn't. Sealer. That's the word of the day. Get this converted to a sealer, because if I remember correctly, this to make a sealer is 4-to-1-to-1. And I have a reducer, and it doesn't say specifically what reducer to use, so we're going to use this reducer right here. And if something happens and the paint has to be stripped off the bike because the reducer is no good, or at least we found out on the bike and not the Cutlass. All right, I'm gonna get to mixing stuff up, and yeah. Boy, am I glad this thing's still hardening like it should. So I'm doing a tack test. It still needs a few more minutes to fully cure. Let me show you why. I just realized I screwed this up. And hopefully it goes good. This is the hardener I'm supposed to use. Alright. This is the hardener that I used. And I even said it in the video. I explained it all. But it is what it is. Hopefully it works out. And I'm going to keep my eye on it for a few more minutes, and then we'll see what happens. It is drying. I mean, it's not really tacky anymore, but I think besides my little mistake I made, the fact that the humidity is higher than it needs to be is playing an effect on the cure time. So still waiting on that a little bit. Got the red queued up and ready to go, but you can only do what you can with the weather. So, but she's getting there. See, that was one of the first times I accidentally touched it, and it was still wet. See, now I can do it, and it does. Ah! It's still working. So maybe another 5 or 10 minutes and we'll get back to it. All right, we got one coat on. As you see, I don't know if yeah, you were probably watching. I had kept making adjustments to the gun, but we got one coat on, got some light spots, which is fine. I made a few more adjustments to the gun to make it spray more of a narrow pattern, so I don't have to worry about getting into the tight spots and making runs. But I went ahead and got guess 5 ounces, maybe less, because I'm not painting a whole panel, but I got a half a teaspoon of this gold. The Kin Gold is what it looks like. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get that mixed in there with my clean gun. See what we got. I know I cleaned the gun up pretty well, but there still might be little traces in there of red, but I like this. I need to get one of those smaller hand mixers like my wife has for her epoxy stuff, but that looks awfully nice in there. So we're going to wait a few more minutes, go ahead and spray the second coat on, and then we'll be back when it's time to put the gold in. Although I tried my best, still got a little run or two in there. Well, where was it? I think it was right there's one right there. You could barely see it. Thought I seen another one, like a bad one. I guess I'm just seeing things now. Oh, there it is. There it is. So that means I just created a little bit more work for myself. So now when it's fully cured, and that's why I'm in the direct sun now, I'll have to do a little bit of wet sanding. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. This is not going to tell you, but I'll go outside and tell you. I had to make a touch-up or two on the bike, obviously. I haven't been able to sand it yet. It's still it hasn't fully cured yet. But I found some spots that were really light that I had missed. Now here, you can't really tell that the two are so close together. You know, this is the flame red and this is apple red, all right? But I had to make a couple spots on the bike done that you couldn't tell me the difference. And I'm hoping when the clear gets on there, it remains that way. So maybe it's just because it's, you know, thicker paint here. Whoops. The thicker paint here and the thinner stuff here. I did throw clear over that, but you can tell they are different on a stick. But oh, I got sweat in my eyes. But yeah, they look different on the actual bike. So let's hope for the best. All right, well, finally got a chance to sand it, and when I sanded it, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more right there. The run was in the primer, the sealer. It wasn't in the paint. It just looked like it was in the paint. There. So I'm gonna mix another small batch of red, go over this area just go over it again real quick. Yeah, I don't see, yeah, it's all just sanding marks where I thought this one was the long, when actually in reality it was over here. Yep, that was the long one. All right, so all right, and get another small batch made up, and I'll probably go ahead and make me a different spot to put this in because it is leaning at a ugly angle. All right, we got our problem fixed. We got the 2 coats of new red on there. Now let's go for clear. All right, first coat of clear is on there. I made a slight adjustment to the air pressure because at first it was putting it on there really badly orange peeled, and once I upped the pressure just a little bit, it smoothed it out some. So I upped the pressure just a little bit more, so the second coat it should hopefully smooth out even more. We'll see, but that's how it's going. Okay. Uh-oh, somebody's favorite people. It's your people. Better tell them. There they are. Better tell them. You better tell them. No, not today? Okay. Anyway, getting back to this, up the pressure, it did seem to do it a lot better. So, second coat came out a lot smoother than the first coat did. So I have some clear coat left over. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a third coat, but I got probably 10 to 15 minutes to wait before I do that. I am not, as you can figure out now, going ahead and putting the flake in, because I feel if I can get a run on primer, I really do not want to do that with a metal flake like this. Far too nice. So what I am going to do is I'm going to keep that metal flake, and I'm going to use it on the trunk, the old trunk, so that I can practice and make sure, you know, that's going to be my practice thing. Practice painting, make sure I get my rhythm down, and make sure that when I want to do primer, pigments and stuff like that, metal flake, pearls and stuff, that I get it done right, so there's not, you know, there's either a run or a glob of it, one of the two, because there is, as far as I can see, which is probably true, zero room for error on those. So before I go, and because I have to do all this, I can always come back to it. I can always scuff the clear coat up, do another clear on top of it with the flake in it, clear right over it, and done. So at least that's the theory. All right, we got 3 coats down, all nice and smooth. The higher pressure on the third coat helped out tremendously with the orange peel. Much nicer. So now we're gonna let it flash off out here for a little bit, and then we're gonna put it inside and close the doors for the day. Tomorrow, maybe, we'll see, tomorrow or Saturday is when we will go ahead and put some paint on that trunk, and then play with the gold, flake, pearl, the ghost gold, I should say. So anyway, that's it for me for today. Thanks for watching. We finally got this sucker done after a few little rough spots there, but it's done. She's finished. I can actually start putting her back together. And at least I know now, and my wife agrees, that this is a better red, and it'll look really nice on that car right there. And yes, these two are going to, although this isn't going to have red and white like the Cutlass will, they're going to match each other. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, and I'll see you on the next one.